This is an investigation of Joe Biden, the President of the United States, and why he lied to the American people about his knowledge and participation in his family's international business schemes. National security interests require the committee conduct investigation, and we will pursue all avenues that have long been ignored. Committee Republicans have uncovered evidence of federal crimes committed by and to the benefit of members of the president's family.
Okay, big moment yesterday for House Republicans. The goal was always to retake the House so you could start these investigations. That was Kentucky Congressman James Comer. He was joined by Jim Jordan yesterday in Washington. As promised, Republicans not wasting any time retaking the House and announcing investigations into Hunter Biden and, more importantly, Joe Biden, alleging that because of the president's professional involvement with Hunter after he was vice president, he's compromised and might have been forced to make decisions that are not in America's best interests as president right now. For more, let's welcome back in Newsmax contributor TW Shannon and political analyst Mark Halperin. So TW, the reaction was quick yesterday. Basically, the narrative from some of the more left-leaning media outlets, they were like, hey, the American people don't care about these investigations. They don't want to know about COVID origins or Hunter Biden or the botched Afghan withdrawal. I totally agree. I think the American people do want to hear the truth. What do you make of what James Comer's trying to do?
Well, I think he's absolutely right, Rob. You got to drill down to what exactly prompted this investigation. We're talking about SARS reports. These are suspicious activity reports that are required to be filed by anybody that is in banking. This could have been a bank teller who saw something and who is required by law to report what they saw. As a former bank CEO myself, I've dealt with a lot of SARS. As a CEO, I've had to file them before. And so this is a very serious matter. When they get filed, they go to FinCEN, and they actually have to investigate. So where there's smoke, there's usually fire, and it's usually based upon some type of fraud activity. And we know for a fact that Hunter Biden has been peddling influence for a very long time. He's the greatest poster boy for, liberal privilege that the American people have ever seen. And so I applaud the House for doing the right thing here. If there's smoke, there's probably fire. And I think the big guy will likely be, certainly indicted based upon what I'm hearing about these suspicious activity reports.
Yeah, and yesterday Comer alleged there are over 150 of these SARs, these suspicious activity reports. And he also said, Mark, that Joe Biden being compromised with foreign governments, including our adversaries like China, it's not just all about China and Russia. There are over 50 countries that Comer and Jordan took the media through yesterday. What do you make of this? And then it goes back to October 2020, the Hunter Biden laptop. First, the FBI said it was fake. Then they said Joe Biden really wasn't involved. Now they're saying, well, Joe Biden didn't know about what Hunter was up to. The Republicans are going to try to expose this. How does this play for the president?
Speaker Shannon, did you say that you thought the big guy Joe Biden would be indicted, or did I misunderstand?
Yeah, based upon what I'm hearing, it looks as if this investigation, if there are suspicious activity reports that link him to financially benefiting or participating in this, peddling of influence, yeah, I think there is a chance an indictment could come down at some point.
Of Joe Biden?
Yes, sir. Absolutely. Obviously, after he's president, you can't do it legally while he's president, but I think it could certainly be implicated at the very least, if not indicted.
All right. Well, I'd stop the presses and just end the show right now because that's pretty big news.
You know, Mark. All right.
Yeah.
Give me a reaction. We're out of time, but
okay.
The condescension. You can't be condescending when it comes to this because don't forget. October 2020, 50 intelligence officials, the former head of the CIA, they all said the laptop had the classic earmarks of Russian disinfo. They were all wrong. Nobody's been held accountable.
Rob,
nobody apologized.
I'm second to no person, truly, in saying that this is one of the greatest press failures of my career, the failure to investigate the legitimate questions here. And I hope they investigate the legitimate questions. I'm just saying I've not heard anybody else predict that Joe Biden would be indicted. That seems like a big story, so I didn't think I had anything to say to top that.
Just remember, this is important. There was a poll done December 2020. I want to make sure I have this right. 4 in 5 voters said they would have changed their vote if they knew about the laptop prior to the election.
It's a huge press story, and there's a ton to investigate.
Yeah, I think it goes beyond the press. I think it could go all the way to the top. Could go all the way to the top. Woodward and Bernstein, Jordan and Comer. All right, we'll pick this back up top of the hour. Mark Halperin, TW Shannon, thank you.
No crooked establishment.
None of that twisting the truth.
No talking down to me.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
Don't tell me how to think.
I trust Newsmax.
Newsmax.
They don't tell me how to think.
They let
me decide.
Newsmax.
Real news
For real people.